Hello everyone, and as always, welcome back to I Paint Halo vids. Today we're going to be taking a look at the first map of mine that was added to Halo 4 Matchmaking. Now these videos are going to tell you which maps were added to which playlist and when they went live. I'm also going to be covering a short description of the map, as well as any backstory or inspiration that the map has had in its past. So let's get started. Now the first map that I had in Matchmaking was Scythe. Now this was really crazy, really awesome for me. It was literally a dream come true. Scythe was not only my first map in Matchmaking ever, but it was also amongst the first batch of Forge maps to go live in Wargames. So I was not only nervous of how Scythe would play out, but I was actually unsure of just how the community would actually react to these Forge maps in Matchmaking. So Scythe was live on January 21st, 2013 in a playlist called Community Forge Test. Now, as the name implies, this is basically 343 giving the community a chance to have Forge maps in Wargames, which I gotta say was a great move on their part. To this day, Halo 4's population is probably just that much bigger just because there were actually some really great maps to come out of the forging community. And this kind of allowed players to have a bit more variety in what they're voting for. So I'm really glad that they decided to run that playlist. It eventually led to Scythe being added in some more permanent playlists. Team Doubles, Regicide, Rumble Pit, Team Slayer, things like that. And of course, you can still play it today in Wargames on Halo 4. But that is the Xbox 360 version. Keep that in mind because I know the Chief Collection is coming out soon, and there'll probably be people watching this video later on. So as far as description of the map, Scythe is an asymmetrical 4-atrium room-based competitive map. So it is designed for team doubles. Now how it ended up in these 8-player playlists is beyond me, but at least they did allow me to update the map a little in preparation for the larger play account. Now these were basically fine-tuning spawns, adding more spawn areas, changing the weapon setup, and adding more routes and tactical jumps. But yeah, the layout of Scythe is basically you have 4 different rooms of 4 different shapes and colors. Now these are very basic rooms, not a lot of cover to be had, but that was actually my goal with the map. It's not actually to have a lot of cover in the atriums, but rather block the atriums off from each other, so you get these confrontations where you're constantly fighting to control one of these atriums with your team. Now I admit the gameplay is a bit standoffish at times with the narrow hallways and whatnot, but I will be addressing that when I remake this map, either in the Master Chief Collection or in Halo 5. So these rooms, these 4 rooms each offer some sort of reward on the second level. So in blue and red room you've got the dominating power positions like top, middle, hall, red bridge, blue catwalk, and then in green and gold room you've got the surprise routes, which are the teleporters. So basically all of the spawns you'll notice are on the bottom floor, and the idea with that is that you want players to have to throw themselves out of cover and go out into the open to gain these rewards. And speaking of rewards, the sniper rifle is also another one of those rewards that you will get by controlling those upper walks. So as for the backstory and inspiration, I will say that the game that inspired me to make this map is Quake. Now I haven't actually played a whole lot of Quake, but what I can tell you is their map designs were sometimes brilliant. Sometimes they were absolutely random, but sometimes they were brilliant. And a lot of Quake maps will have similarities to Scythe. I really just loved the style and look of having these atriums kind of surrounded by walkways. Now some of you may have already seen my Throwback Thursday of Scythe on the Halo Forge Epidemic, but if you haven't seen that, it'll give you a bit more info specifically on the backstory. So that will all be in the description, as well as the map download link, of course. But that about covers it. The next map we'll be talking about is Drill Site. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video, and thank you for watching.